Hi everyone, this is Angelica. Thank you so much for watching today. This video is called Whatever You're Doing, Do It With Your Whole Being. Now this is why meditation is a really good practice to become consistent in calming the mind and in making yourself in a state of peace, so you're not living in the past and you're not living in the future, but you're living right now, doing whatever it is that you're doing that's in front of you. And when you're doing something with your whole being, it means you're present. It means you're here. So a lot of times we get distracted and our minds are here and our minds are there. And our minds are everywhere and we're scattered. We're not really there in an intimate way in our relationships with others. When we're talking to them, we may be distracted doing other things. Some of the things that you like to do, maybe your creative projects, or when you really enjoy doing something, you put your whole being into them. And that's what I'm talking about, putting your whole being into everything that you do so you can be fully present in this moment at all times. And what that will help you do is to enjoy what you're actually doing in every moment. I mean, who's to say that cleaning or, some task that you don't like, being at your job or doing homework, whatever task you think in your mind is something that you wouldn't want to do normally, that's the task that you should be more aware of and put your whole being into. Shut everything else out. Turn off the thoughts in your mind and be present. Be present with every single thing that you're doing in every moment. This is going to enable you to do your greatest work in that moment. It's also going to help you enjoy your life more. We miss so much of our lives by being distracted, by worrying, by stressing, by living in the past, by living in the future, by rushing ourselves. And if you practice this consistently, practice putting your whole being into what it is you're doing at that moment, you're going to notice how much more you actually remember from the experiences that you're having, but you're also going to feel more at peace with your life in general. You're going to feel a fullness. You're going to feel that your life has more meaning and depth. So one of the ways that I really had to learn this is in my relationships, and especially in my relationships with my children. And I'll explain this. So, because I'm a single mom, I have a lot going on a lot of the time. And being a woman, women have more of a capacity to be able to do 20 things at once, kind of in their heads and in their beings. And, as a mother, you're always wondering where your child is, how they are they okay, is everything fine? And women tend to stress a little bit more and have a little bit more difficult time focusing because of this awareness of everything that's going on all the time. So in terms of my children, why I wanted to bring this up, it's like they would be here with me all the time. I've never left my children's side. They're always with me unless they're at school or at a friend's house, but I'm always with my children. But am I really with them? That's the question. Okay, because when I'm with them, I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm stressing, I'm this, I'm that, I'm thinking about what what's going to happen, what's going to take place. I'm just always trying to keep everything in line, in order. And that had created a disconnect with me and my relationship with my children. Because even though I was there, I wasn't really present. Now, this can be difficult because our lives are very busy. We have a lot going on. There's a lot of duties that we have to, attend to, and that's understandable. But what helped me was having those duties more kind of planned out and timed out, so that this was the time I was going to do this, and this was the time I was going to be fully present for one of my children. Having, in a sense, like a special time every day that I connect and do something with my child, listening to them, looking into their eyes, feeling what they're feeling, and really, because I already felt what they were feeling, because I'm intuitive and I'm sensitive. I can feel what they're feeling even when they're not with me. It's just something that some of us have, especially spiritual people. We're empaths, so we feel everything. However, really connecting in an intimate way and really listening, really being fully present. Not just 5% present or 10% present, like you can hear and feel, but fully 100% present. And the changes that have been created from this presence that I've had with them, and we're still working on it, obviously, this has created a much more harmony and love within the family. So that's one example. And then another example would be doing a task. I used to get so upset about doing the same repetitive tasks over and over, like cleaning or cooking, for example. But when you're more fully present and you're doing those things, they actually become enjoyable. And you actually become really good at them, and you get them done in a fraction of the time. When you're fully present, you get so much more done that you have extra time to do those things that you haven't been able to do because you think you're too busy. And then you don't miss out on life. When you have all these things going on in your head besides what's going on in front of you, you're not even living. So bringing your whole being into the now allows you to start living, and allows you to do the things not only that you don't like to do, and do those things happily and start enjoying them, because who's to say that cleaning isn't a fun thing? It can be. And who's to say cooking's not a good thing? I've actually become an excellent chef since I started doing this, watching as I'm, watching myself slowly as I'm cutting up the vegetables. Not I'm cutting up the vegetables rushing to do this or that. I'm watching and doing what I'm doing in the moment and fully bringing my whole being into it and thoroughly enjoying the process. And I've actually become really good at it now. To the point where, I cook a lot of raw food. Well, I wouldn't even call it cooking. But I prepare a lot of raw food, and my family, when they try it, if they're over or they happen to taste something, like my sister was over last night and she tried something and she's like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing, because you're bringing and you're putting your being into the food. You're putting your love, you're infusing things with your love. When you're with your child and you're fully present, you're infusing your child with your love. When you're doing your work and you're putting your whole being into it, you're infusing your work with love. When you're cleaning, you're doing it in such a way where you are emitting the love frequency into your home. Whatever it is you're doing, you do it with your full being, and it changes everything. And it's hard to get to that place. Meditation helps. Breath work helps. Sometimes they have breath work classes. They definitely have meditation classes. A lot of times, you know, there's a lot of different places you can go meditate anytime in your area. There's a lot of different groups. There's meetup groups. But breathing, making sure you're well rested, making sure you've taken care of yourself, making sure you feel good, and doing those things that make you feel good so that you don't revert back to old patterning because you're not in a space of feeling well. That can be another way or another reason why you may do that a lot. If you're not feeling well, if you're really tired, it's hard to stay in the present moment. If you're not nourished, it's hard to stay in the present moment. If you're not breathing, if you haven't exercised, all of these things play a part in staying present. And they help considerably. And if you're not happy in your life with what's going on and you want to make changes, be happy with what you're doing now and create those changes. Create a new vision for yourself and make it a reality in the present moment. Do the things now that create you, or that create your new reality to come into being, because you will become your vision once you center and become aware in this present moment. You become it. So staying in the moment, whatever you're doing, do it with your whole being. If you can remember that, this is going to have a dramatic effect on your life. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.